So the video I have going on today with my 1983 200E, what I'm doing with it, because I lost all the footage in the beginning, is I'm taking a Honda 400EX kill switch, so it's lights, kill switch, and starter switch, and I'm retrofitting it to make it work with my 1983 200E. So if you want a more modern switch that is easier to find and way cheaper, this is the video for you. With no further ado, here it comes. If you can follow some instructions with wire colors, you can make this Honda 400EX switch work on your 200E. So first thing first, I cut all of the sheathing off, and I took the wire harness apart, and I cut the pigtails off because we're not going to need those. Also, when I took it apart, I took uh, the clutch wiring off of it as well. I had put it together at first because I thought that it tied into the switch, and then I saw that it was actually a separate part of the harness. So what is this? The yellow with green, and the green wire that comes with like the two female spade connectors, you can take that all the way out. It's not needed. Like I said, I cut the harness, the connector ends off because you're not going to need that, because it's just going to make it more difficult. And then with the stock 200E switch, which when I got it, the wires for the push button was ripped out and the headlight switch didn't work. I cut the ends off of it for the bullet connectors, and then actually used that with the 400 harness, so everything connected as it should. So let's start going over my biggest issue, which was the solid black wires that come out of the switch. So one black wire, which is this one, was wired in or teed in to this other black wire. So this black wire here, had to take the switch apart. This black wire is the 12 volt power wire that goes to the headlight on off switch. And then this black wire is one side of the starter button. And these were together. And if you can imagine, they don't need to be together. And this gave me a big headache of trying to figure out why this wasn't working. So, and they're both solid black wires, so you don't know which is which. So you may have to open up the switch and figure out what's going on. If these two, if the black wire coming from the headlight switch side and the black wire from the starter switch are together, then you need to separate those, because those need to be two separate circuits. So let's just kind of lay these out and go one by one. So, and this is applicable for a 83 200E. I'm not sure if the other models wires fit with this program here. So from the 400EX Amazon switch side, the blue wire is going to go to the blue wire to the 200E. So 200E, so 400E switch to 200E harness, blue to blue. The brown wire from the 400 switch is going to go to the brown wire to the 200E harness. Simple. So far, blue to blue, brown to brown. The yellow and red from the 400EX switch is going to go to the green and red to the 200E switch. All right, so yellow red to green and red. The green wire from the 400 switch is going to go to the green wire on the 200E harness. So green to green. The white wire from the 400 switch is going to be the white wire from the 400 switch is going to go to the low beam of your headlight. the black wire that is coming from your headlight switch is going to go to the yellow wire to your 200 harness. The black wire that is coming from your starter button is going to go to the green with red stripe on the 200E harness. And then last but not least, you're going to have the black and white wire going to the black wire in your 200E harness. And that's pretty much all she wrote. So everything pretty much matches up. Like I said, white is going to be low beam, blue is high beam, and then the DRL for the headlight, because it does have a separate DRL harness, that is going, I'm connecting that to the yellow as well. So switch on, DRL comes on, and it stays on. And then the ground for the headlight, I'm going to wire into the ground harness here, which has a second spot. And that's pretty much all she wrote, and it works. So like I said, key on, DRL comes on. Like I said, I don't know if I can expose that down a little bit. Like I said, but you got the red demon eye. Oh, that looks better. So you got the red demon eye with the DRL. Like I said, headlight switch off right now. If I turn headlight on, headlight comes on. So low beam and then high beam. So that, like, the outside stays the same, but the high beam is located in the middle projector. And that's pretty much it. And of course, you have the kill switch function. So you got the starter button function. So hit the starter button, starts up, kill switch, starter button, kill switch. So everything works as it should, just like factory, but now you have a more modern, a more easily accessible option, which is the 400EX switch, instead of a switch from 41 years ago. So I do have a H7 harness coming, so I can clean this up and everything. But what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to clean up the rest of the harness and loom it, and I'm going to leave the headlight harness loose for right now until my pigtail comes in. And once the pigtail comes in, I can wrap it all up. And I'll have a link in the description for the switch, the headlight, as well as this bracket that you're going to need as well. They will all be, I will at least have Amazon links. If I could find this bracket on eBay, I will have eBay links as well. So just look in the description, and everything you need here with the pigtail will be in the description below.
Yeah.